Hello, good day everyone. Today, let's talk about global migration, what the benefits of legal migration are, and the problems of illegal migration and open border policies. But first, let us define what is global migration. As you can see here, there are three bullets for the summarization of its meaning. So, what exactly is global migration? In the first bullet, it states that global migration is a movement of people across national borders. This basically means that global migration happens when people leave one country and settle in another, either temporarily or permanently crossing international borders. The second bullet here it states that it is driven by employment, education, safety, and better living conditions. So, why do people migrate? People migrate to find either jobs, access better education, escape conflict, or improve their quality of life. And for the last bullet, it states here that it plays a major role in global population and economic change. So, migration affects population size, workforce availability, and economic growth in both sending and receiving countries. Okay, so since we've already defined what is global migration, let us now talk the types of migration. Okay, the first one is illegal migration. So this means that it is a movement following a country's immigration laws. So legal migrants enter a country by following official rules and policies set by the government. For the second bullet, it states that it is an entry with visas, permits, or official approval, because of course it is legal. So the people are allowed to live or work through proper documents like work visas or residence permits. Now, what is illegal migration? So, the second type of global migration is the illegal migration. So, this is a movement without proper documentation. So, no proper thing because, of course, it is illegal. So, legal migration occurs when people enter or stay in a country without legal permission. And for the second bullet, it states here is that it occurs outside government regulation. Because it is unregulated, governments cannot fully monitor or manage these migrants. Alright, so since we have defined what global migration is and what are the two types of global migration, let us now talk about the first benefit of legal migration. For host countries, the economic growth. Immigrants, often of working age, increase the labor supply, fill skill gaps, and boost overall economic output and productivity. So, by filling jobs that lack workers or require specific skills, they help businesses operate more efficiently and grow. This leads to higher productivity and increases the country's overall economic output. And that's all for my part. And let us now proceed to the other members. Thank you.
So, hello and good day, everyone. My name is Lian Grace Amatina, and I will gonna be discussing the benefits, two benefits of legal migration. The first, we have fiscal contributions. Legal immigrants often pay more in taxes and social contributions over their lifetimes than they consume in public benefits, helping to support public services and pension systems, especially in aging society. So, legal immigrants contributes positively to a country's economy by paying taxes such as income tax, sales tax, and social security contributions over their lifetimes. Many legal migrants pay more into the system than they receive in government benefits like healthcare or welfare. These contributions help fund public services such as schools, hospitals, roads, and transportation system. So, in countries with aging population, legal migrants are especially important because they help support pension systems. As more citizens retire and fewer young people enter the workforce, migrants help fill labor shortages and ensure there are enough working individuals contributing to social security and pension funds. Next, we have innovation and entrepreneurship. Immigrants are more likely to start businesses and generate patented innovation, contributing significantly to technological advancement and job creation. So, legal migrants also play a significant role in innovation and economic growth. Many immigrants bring new skills, knowledge, and perspectives that contributes to technological advancement. Study shows that immigrants are more likely to start businesses compared to native-born citizens. These businesses create jobs, stimulate local economies, and increase competition in the market. Additionally, immigrants contribute to research and development, often being involved in patented innovation and technological breakthroughs. Their contributions help industry growth, improve productivity, and strengthen a country's global competitiveness. Overall, legal migration supports economic stability, encourages innovation, and helps maintain essential public systems. When managed properly, it benefits both migrants and the host country.
Good day, everyone. I am Kininyo Barcanyo, and I'll be reporting about the benefits of legal migration, specifically the cultural enrichment, labor market flexibility, and the improved quality of life. First, we have the cultural enrichment. Legal migration combines people with various backgrounds, traditions, and belief systems. This enhances culture with fresh ideas, languages, cuisines, artworks, and attitudes. Moreover, it enhances mutual understanding, tolerance, and integration due to cultural learning. When people from different countries live together legally, they share their culture through daily interactions, celebrations, and traditions. These help local communities become more open minded and respectful of differences. Over time, cultural exchange reduces prejudice and promotes unity within society. For example, migrants may introduce new foods, festivals, or languages in a community, allowing locals to experience and appreciate different cultures. Next, we have the labor market flexibility. So, legal immigrants fill labor gaps in strategic sectors like healthcare, construction, agriculture, and technology. and many more. Legal immigrants fill skills gaps that may exist in a country, and this aids in economic growth, improved productivity, and greater ease in responding to marketplace dynamics. Many countries experience shortages in certain jobs or skills. Legal migrants help solve the problem by working in industries where workers are needed most. Their contributions help businesses operate efficiently and strengthen the economy. For instance, foreign nurses and doctors help hospitals functions properly when there are not enough local healthcare workers. And lastly, for my part is the improved quality of life. For migrants, in this case, legal migration means that migrants can enjoy improved educations, healthcare services, job opportunities, as well as social services. For the country, for the host nation, migration leads to economic growth and development through innovation as well as services. All these aspects can improve living standards. Legal migrations benefits both migrants and host countries. Migrants gain access to better services and safe living conditions, while host countries benefit from their skills, ideas, and economic contributions. This creates a positive cycle that improves overall quality of life. Here's an example. A migrant who gains quality education and stable employment can support their family and contribute taxes that helps improve public services in the host country. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Cleovic Matthew A. Haconcilio, and I am going to discuss about the protection and rights, social inclusions, and remittance. So let's talk about the protection and rights. So protection and rights refer to the legal frameworks and social measures that ensure individuals are treated with dignity and fairness. These include laws that protect people from violence, abuse, discrimination, and exploitation. Upholding rights also means guaranteeing access to the basic services such as healthcare, education, and justice, allowing individuals to live safely and confidently in society. So, for example, government labor regulations that protect workers by setting minimum wages, limiting hours, and providing safety standards and in workplaces. So let's talk about social inclusions. Social inclusion is the process of ensuring that all people, regardless of their background, gender, ability, or economic status, are able to fully participate in social, economic, and political life. It promotes equality, respect, and acceptance while reducing barriers that lead to the marginalization of exclusion. In- Inclusive societies create opportunities for everyone to contribute and feel a sense of belonging. For example, community programs that provide free skills training to unemployed youth so that they can improve their chances of getting a job and contributing to society. So lastly, remittances. Remittances are money or resources sent by individuals working away from their home communities, often overseas, to support their families. These funds play an important role in improving living standards by helping pay for food, education, healthcare, and housing. Remittances also contribute to the national and local economies by increasing household income and supporting development. Example, an overseas worker regularly sending money home to help pay for their siblings' school fees and medical expenses.
Good day, everyone. I am Janelupe Alejado, and now we are going to tackle the problems of illegal immigration and open border policies. So, first is economic strain. Illegal immigration can put downward pressure on wages for low skilled native born workers and prior immigrants who compete for similar jobs. It can also strain local and state public services such as healthcare and education, as these governments bear many associated costs. So, illegal immigration can cause economic strain dahil tumataas ang kompetisyon for low-skilled jobs like factory work or service job, which can lead to lower wages for local workers and even job displacement. Like for example, if maraming undocumented workers na pumapayag sa mababang sahod, employers may prefer them over local workers. And additionally, it can strain public services like healthcare and education since local governments need to provide services to a growing population, which increases the public expenses. Next is exploitation and vulnerability. Undocumented immigrants are often employed in the informal economy, making them vulnerable to exploitation, low wages, and poor working conditions due to fear of deportation. So, undocumented immigrants are often employed in the informal economy, like in construction, farming, or domestic work, where labor laws are weak or not strictly enforced. And since takot sila ma-deport, they usually do not report the abuse or unfair treatment. Like for example, if yung employer nila ay binabayaran sila ng maliit na sahod or require them to work long hours without overtime pay, so they are forced to accept it because they have limited choices. And that would be all for my part. Thank you.
I'm Kachiske Velasquez, and I will be discussing the national security risk and the social and political tension. National security risk. So, illegal immigration and open border policies can pose national security risks because authorities may find it difficult to monitor and identify undocumented migrants. So, without proper documentation, tracking individuals becomes challenging, which may increase the risk of criminal activities and weaken border control systems. So, the national security risks happen when people enter a country without proper documents. So, for example, if someone crosses the border illegally, the government cannot check their background. So, this makes it harder to prevent crimes or illegal activities, which can affect public safety. Next is the social and political tension. So, illegal immigration can lead to social and political tension within a country. Some citizens may feel that migrants compete with them for jobs, housing, and public services. So these concerns can cause misunderstandings, discrimination, and political debates about immigration policies. So social and political tension happens when people feel threatened or unfairly treated. So for example, if locals believe that migrants are taking jobs or using public services, conflicts and discrimination may occur. So this can lead to protests and strong debates about immigration policies.
Good day everyone. I am Princess Maindras Lanji and I'll be discussing about public health concerns and lack of data related to illegal immigration and open border policies. First, let's talk about public health concerns. Without established regular channels, it can be difficult for authorities to implement effective public health strategies as documented groups may avoid contact with institutions during health emergencies. So when migration happens without proper legal processes, governments find it difficult to monitor health conditions of undocumented migrants. So many undocumented immigrants avoid hospitals or health-related centers because they are afraid of being reported or deported. So this situation is often depicted in media. So for example, in the TV show The Good Doctor, there is a case involving an undocumented immigrant who was seriously injured but initially refused medical treatment because of fear that going to the hospital would expose her immigration status. So this shows that when people are afraid to seek help, their condition can worsen and health risks increase for people. So this situation becomes risky not for only for migrants but also for the whole community. So during health emergencies like pandemics, outbreaks, or natural disasters, authorities cannot easily reach undocumented populations for testing, vaccination, and treatment. Now let's move to lack of data. So irregular migration makes it difficult for governments to collect accurate data on population dynamics and labor market needs, hampering effective policy and infrastructure planning. So another serious problem is the lack of accurate data because undocumented migrants are not officially registered, so governments do not have reliable information people about how many people live in certain areas or what services they need. So for example, a local government may plan hospitals, schools, or vaccination programs based on their record population. So if there are thousands of undocumented migrants not included in the data, so these services can become overcrowded and underfunded. So this affects both migrants and citizens. So this lack of data affects planning and decision making. Governments may underestimate how many schools, hospitals, or jobs are needed. It also becomes harder to plan public health programs, disaster response, and labor policies. Kung walay sakto nga data nga makuha sa government, naay dakong possibility nga ang ilaang plano is maapektuhan or like sayop-sayop. So in conclusion, while migration can bring many benefits, unmanaged and illegal migration creates serious challenges in public health and data collection. This is why legal and organized migration systems are important to protect not only migrants but also the safety, health, and stability of society as a whole. So that is all for my part. Thank you.